All right, we should be looking at this part of the notes, which is the bottom of the front page. And we're going to be looking at example number 1 first. And it says, find the product, then simplify. We have a mixed number times a decimal, and we want to turn the mixed number into a decimal. That way we can multiply both numbers easily. So the 3 3/4, we want to turn the 3/4 into a decimal. And so I know that 1/4 equals 0.25, thinking about quarters. And so then 3/4, that would be 3/4, that equals to 75 cents or 0.75. Now, all I need to do is add the 3 in front because that's my whole number. And so 3 3/4 would equal 3.75. So now that I have them as a decimal, I'm just going to multiply both numbers. I'm going to do 3.75 times 2.5. Now I'm going to count to see how many numbers are behind the decimal, and I see 3. So I'm going to write D equals 3. And then I'm just going to multiply. So I'm going to do 5 times 5, which is 25. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. I'm done with the 5. I'm going to cross it off and add a placeholder. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now I'm going to add that, bring down the 5, bring down the 7. 8 plus 5 is 13. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then looking back at my number that I wrote at the top, it says I need to move over the decimal 3 spaces. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And I'll put it with the, like that way we can see it better. And so that means that my answer is 9.375. So that would be my answer. All right, now let's look at example number 2. And first I want to read the sentence that's at the top of both examples. It says, turn the mixed numbers into improper fractions to multiply straight across. Then you must simplify. So we're going to use those steps when solving example number 2. So it says, Travis is making 2 1/4 batches of cupcakes. If one batch of cupcakes requires 4/5 cups of sugar, how many cups of sugar will Travis need to make 2 1/4 batches of cupcakes? So I'm going to use my triangle strategy. And so it says that Travis is making 2 1/4 batches of cupcakes. So that would be my number over here because that's the number of batches. And it says that one batch is 4/5. So that would be my number over here because that is for each batch. And so that means that we're trying to figure out what the total is. So my strategy is telling me that I need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 2 1/4 times 4/5. Now my steps say that I need to turn the mixed number into improper, and then I'm going to multiply straight across. So I'm going to use the Texas method to turn it into the improper fraction. That's where you multiply the denominator times the whole number, and then you add it to the numerator. So I'm going to do 4 times 2 first, which gives me 8, and then plus 1 is 9. So that would mean that my improper fraction is 9/4. And then I'm going to multiply that times 4/5. And I just multiply straight across. So I do 9 times 4, that gives me 36. and then 4 times 5 gives me 20. Now my answer is an improper fraction, so that means that I need to divide it to turn it into a mixed number. So I'm going to do 36 divided by 20. 20 can go into 36 only once. So now I'm going to subtract that. 36 minus 20 is 6 minus 0 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. So that means that I'm left with 1 and 16 over 20. Now I know that I can simplify 16 over 20, so I'm going to find the greatest common factor, which in this case would be 4. So that means I'm going to simplify by dividing by 4. And so then my answer, once it's simplified, 16 divided by 4 is 4. And 20 divided by 4 is 5. So that means that my answer overall is 1 4/5. Now you can go ahead and start on your exit ticket, work on it on your paper, and then submit your answer in the Google form. Once you're done with that, go ahead and start on your independent practice.